Hi, Taylor T. Carlson, and another movie review for you today, another unboxing. Stanley Kubrick was one of my all-time favorite filmmakers with a career spanning very nearly 50 years, and the guy put out some phenomenal films in his tenure as a filmmaker with very few missteps, and we finally just got another one of his films on 4K. This, of course, is Full Metal Jacket, his classic 1987 Vietnam War film. This was his second to last film, his final movie being 1999's Eyes Wide Shut, which was actually released after he passed away. And war movies are the one genre he seemed to come back to. It's like he very rarely made any type of movie twice, and that's one of the reasons I admire this guy so much. So far, Stanley Kubrick movies released on the 4K format. We got Full Metal Jacket here, of course. We've also got The Shining. We've got 2001: A Space Odyssey. We've got Spartacus. And we've got Dr. Strangelove. All of these were also released as Best Buy exclusive Steelbooks, with the exception of Dr. Strangelove, which at this time is an exclusive to the Columbia Classics collection. We'll go ahead and do a quick unboxing, and then I'll just give some feedback on the film. I'm not going to do a super in-depth review here because I assume most of the people watching this video have already seen the movie anyway. On the cover, of course, we've got Private Joker, who's probably the closest thing this movie has to a main character. Here's the spine artwork. On the back, we got the Vietnam landscape from the film, where one of the pivotal sequences takes place in the second half. Here's our 4K disc. The included Blu-ray disc is identical to the earlier released second Blu-ray edition. The 4K disc actually does include the audio commentary, which is nice because a lot of the time Warner seems to skimp out on things like commentaries and music-only tracks when they do the releases like this. And here is the included Blu-ray disc as well. There's more bonus features on that, but you only get the commentary as far as bonuses go on the actual 4K disc. Inside of the gatefold here, we've got a group of the soldiers lined up during one of the major conflicts of the film. Full Metal Jacket, of course, revolves around a group of Marine recruits who go into boot camp, and they have to endure the training of a very harsh and brutal drill sergeant who spares no expense at drilling these lessons into his students' heads. The second half of the film revolves around what comes after boot camp, specifically the soldiers going off to Vietnam and dealing with their own share of conflicts and life over there. The movie is brilliantly cast. R. Lee Ermey, who was actually a real-life military drill instructor, is absolutely great as Sergeant Hartman. This is easily the role that defined his career, and he'd actually had a bit part as a helicopter pilot in Apocalypse Now prior to this, another Vietnam War film, and it's great to see him doing his thing. I mean, there's plenty of things he says in this movie that are politically incorrect that would absolutely not fly today, but again, just part of the reason I love the movie so much. Other casting includes Matthew Modine as Private Joker, who's, again, probably the closest thing the movie has to a main character, as well as Vincent D'Onofrio as a private who's a bit bumbling and screws up a lot, much to Sergeant Hartman's wrath. D'Onofrio has always been one of the most underrated actors of all time. I mean, this was probably one of his first major roles, but he went on to do things like the first Jurassic World movie, as well as the Daredevil Netflix show where he played the Kingpin. Absolutely brilliant villain that couldn't have been played better by any other actor. The movie features some fantastic cinematography, and you get to see everything from the military training camp to the streets, the jungles, and the city squares of Vietnam. The movie absolutely does not skimp on the violence, and it does earn its R rating, so certainly not for the squeamish or the faint of heart. If you're watching this video, odds are good you've already seen Full Metal Jacket, but you're wondering how it looks in 4K. I'm pleased to say this is a step up from the already solid-looking Blu-ray disc with very vibrant colors, deep black levels. The HDR treatment is done very well. There's a few sequences in the first half of the film where it's a pretty dark sequence with light blue light being the only major lighting in the scene, and those scenes look phenomenal, and they really get a boost from the 4K treatment. Again, you only get a commentary track for bonus features on the 4K disc, but some of the vintage features are included on the Blu-ray disc. Are you a fan of Full Metal Jacket? Do you like the cinema of Stanley Kubrick? Have you picked up this release yet? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also remember to subscribe to my channel and like this video if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. See you next time.